Hello, everyone, fellow travelers on this journey of self-discovery. We live in a world filled with wonder, but also with its share of worries and anxieties. Have you ever, in the midst of life's hustle and bustle, felt lost and directionless? Have you ever felt like you're trapped in an invisible cage, where the opinions and judgments of others are like ropes binding your mind, depriving you of freedom and peace? I believe that somewhere within us all, we have experienced that feeling. The insecurity of living up to others' expectations, the fear of facing rejection, and the exhaustion of trying to please everyone. But, within each of us lies an extraordinary inner strength, an endless potential to overcome any difficulty and discover true happiness. To unlock that power, we need a compass, a path to guide us. Today, we will embark on a special journey together, an exploration of the profound teachings of the Buddha, who experienced suffering and found the path to liberation. We will delve into 10 powerful Buddhist lessons, teachings that serve as guiding lights, helping us to liberate our inner selves, cultivate freedom, and live a full life with all our potential. So, let's begin this meaningful journey together. Lesson 1. Freeing yourself from the need for external validation. Let's start with our first lesson, a crucial one on our journey towards freedom and happiness, releasing our dependence on the opinions of others. Dear friends, we often seek validation and approval from those around us. We crave praise and recognition, and sometimes we let their opinions dictate our decisions and emotions. But the Buddha taught, and I'll repeat, peace comes from within. Do not seek it outside. Isn't that powerful? True happiness cannot be found in praise or external validation. It originates from within our own souls. When we depend on others for happiness, we give them control over our emotions. It's like placing ourselves in an invisible cage, feeling anxious and disappointed when others don't meet our expectations. Buddhist teachings tell us that the only way to free ourselves from this dependence is to look inward, to learn to accept ourselves, appreciate the present moment, and be grateful for what we have. When we are self-reliant, we build a solid foundation for inner peace, which no one can take away. Lesson 2. Finding strength in solitude. Next, we'll explore a lesson that may make some of us feel apprehensive: the power of solitude. In modern life, we often avoid being alone, always wanting someone nearby to feel safe and not abandoned. But the Buddha taught, meditate, live in purity, be silent, accomplish your tasks skillfully. My friends, there is nothing to fear in being alone. Solitude isn't isolation. It's a valuable time to listen to our inner voice, reflect on ourselves, and grow emotionally and spiritually. When we are alone, we aren't distracted by external noise and influences. We can freely contemplate, meditate, and explore the deepest aspects of our soul. Instead of relying on the companionship of others to find comfort or affirmation, let's learn to be our own best friend. By embracing solitude, we find inner strength and wisdom, empowering us to be more confident and insightful on our life's journey. Lesson 3. Stop trying to please everyone. And now, let's move to a very important lesson: letting go of the need to please everyone. We often want everyone to like and accept us, and we try our best to meet their expectations. But the Buddha taught, you, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve love and affection. Dear friends, the approval we truly need is from ourselves, not from anyone else. When we constantly seek validation from others, whether through praise or acceptance, we lose our own worth and allow others to control our emotions. Buddhist teachings show us that true confidence and happiness come from accepting ourselves unconditionally. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You simply need to be yourself. Love yourself, be kind, and acknowledge your own worth because you deserve all the best. Lesson 4. Don't let rejection define you. Dear friends, all of us have experienced rejection, and we know the pain and disappointment it brings. But Buddhist teachings offer a different perspective on rejection. Instead of seeing it as a failure, Let's view it as an opportunity for growth and redirection. The Buddha once said, "In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you." How profound, isn't it? Rejection doesn't define your worth. It's simply an event in your journey. Sometimes, life is trying to guide you towards something better that you cannot yet see. Learn to release the pain and disappointment, accept rejection gracefully, and move forward on your path with an open heart. Believe that rejection is simply a stepping stone on your journey. Lesson 5. Don't fear what others think of you. Now, let's delve into a lesson that can alleviate much of life's burdens. Letting go of the fear of what others think of us. My friends, we often worry too much about how others perceive us, and we let it dictate our actions, words, and even thoughts. We want to be liked and accepted, and we fear criticism and judgment. But Buddhist teachings tell us that the judgment of others speaks more about them than it does about us. The only thing that truly matters is how you view yourself and your actions. The Buddha once said, "Do not look at the faults of others. Do not look at the omissions of others. Look at your own actions." This reminds us that we cannot control the opinions of others, but we have complete control over our own actions. Focus on your journey and stop worrying about what others think. When you release this fear, you'll find the freedom and peace to be yourself. Lesson 6. Don't sacrifice your peace to please others. Dear friends, we often fall into the habit of sacrificing our own peace to please others. We try our best to meet everyone's expectations, forgetting that we also need to be cared for and protected. We forget about our inner peace, placing ourselves in stressful and exhausting situations. However, the Buddha wisely taught, "A word that brings peace is better than 1,000 meaningless words." This reminds us that inner peace is far more valuable than trying to meet everyone's expectations. Buddhist teachings encourage us to act with compassion and kindness, but not at the expense of our own inner peace. There needs to be balance. Help others, but don't let their needs overwhelm your life. You have the right to say no and set boundaries when necessary. When you prioritize your peace, you can live more authentically and give from a position of strength rather than sacrifice. Remember, when you love and respect yourself, you have more to share with others. Lesson 7. Focus on what you can control, yourself. Now, let's explore an important lesson, focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. In life, we often feel frustrated and helpless trying to control things beyond our reach. We want others to act as we wish, for things to go according to plan, and for outcomes to always be as desired. But the Buddha taught that clinging to things outside of our control only causes suffering. Master your mind, or it will master you. This reminds us that our mind has immense power. When we focus on mastering our thoughts and emotions, we gain control over our lives. The only thing you truly have control over is yourself, your actions, thoughts, and reactions. Instead of wasting energy trying to change others or control situations, direct that energy inward. Ask yourself, how can I react better? How can I improve myself? How can I find inner peace even when everything around me is chaotic? By focusing on what you can control, your mind, habits, and reactions, you will build resilience in the face of any challenge. Lesson 8. Realize everyone is focused on their own lives. Dear friends, we often have an illusion that everyone around us is watching and judging us. We think they are paying attention to every detail of our lives, from the way we dress and speak to our actions. But in reality, everyone is busy with their own lives. The Buddha once said, "Your job is to discover your world, and then with all your heart, give yourself to it." This reminds us that each of us has our own journey to pursue. People are primarily concerned with their own problems, goals, and dreams. Instead of worrying about what others might think, focus on discovering your path and living it fully. When you realize that people don't think about you as much as you imagine, a huge burden will be lifted. You no longer have to waste energy trying to live up to the expectations of others. And instead, you can channel that energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Remember that everyone is going through their own battles. So live authentically and don't let the fear of others' opinions hold you back. Lesson 9. Don't get trapped in social comparison. And now, let's get to a very important lesson: avoiding social comparison. My friends, we often compare ourselves to others in every aspect, from our appearance and possessions to our careers and happiness. But comparison only brings us envy, self-doubt, and disappointment. Buddhist teachings say that comparison is a form of attachment that leads to suffering. The Buddha once said, "Health is the greatest gift, contentment is the greatest wealth, faithfulness is the best relationship." This reminds us that true wealth doesn't lie in having more than others, but in contentment within our own soul. Appreciate what you have and don't compare yourself to others. Each of us has our own path, and the success of others doesn't diminish your worth. Remember that life is not a race, but a journey of self-discovery. Focus on your own growth, and don't let comparison steal your joy in life. Lesson 10. Prioritize inner growth over external recognition. Finally, let's explore the most important lesson: prioritizing inner growth over external validation. In today's world, we often overemphasize external achievements and social recognition. We want others to praise and admire us, forgetting that true happiness comes from within. The Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think you become." This reminds us that inner development is the key to a meaningful and happy life. Take time to nurture your soul, cultivate wisdom, and develop compassion. When you focus on inner growth, you become stronger, more confident, and more peaceful, regardless of what happens in life. Remember that your value does not depend on the recognition of others. It comes from within you, from your beliefs and actions. Conclusion. And those are the 10 valuable Buddhist lessons that we have explored together. Remember that the keys to freedom and happiness lie within you. Start today, apply these lessons to your life, and you will see the miraculous changes come to you. Please share this video with your loved ones, and together, let's create a more meaningful and joyful life. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in our next video.